Welcome to the first episode of Let Freedom Ring with Dan Beaulieu. This show is going to be talking to people, having real conversations with real people. Let Freedom Ring. The first guest that I have is the man, the myth, the legend, the host of the Ring and All Their Sports, Leo Connors. Leo, welcome on the show.
Dan, thanks for having me, man. It's flip the script on this one because you're always on my show.
I think I've made about, what, 10 appearances on your show?
Close to it. You and Brandon are at the top of the list. That's all I can tell you. You guys are right there. Two big wrestling fans.
It's been
two good friends.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of good times on there. And, so it feels a little bit different that now I'm the host.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, though.
So, Leo, to start the show, first, I'm going to break this show down into a couple segments. Okay. The first segment, we want to get to know who you are. So, Leo, where are you from originally? Where are you from now?
I grew up in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I lived in the Highlands section from when I was born till I was about in first grade. And then my parents bought a house in the Belvedere section, which is Route 38, kind of the Lowell-Tewksbury line.
Okay.
So I grew up there. I turned 18 and moved out of my parents' house. I ran as quick as I could. Nothing against your mom and dad. I love yous. But I just couldn't wait to get out. Started having kids. You know, I have a couple of older kids. They're in there almost your age.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's 33, Michael's 31, and then I got an 18-year-old Sarah, and then she came from a different woman, my ex-wife. I lived in South Boston for a while, for about 6 years. Moved back to Lowell, and I've been in Nashua now for about 26 years.
Oh, wow. All right. So we got a Lowell guy on the first show.
Yep.
Now, Leo, what is something that everyone should know about you? Now, we know you're the host of the Ring and All Their Sports.
Okay.
Is there anything else you can think of that everybody should know about you?
Yeah, I'm a heck of a cook.
That is true.
I also have a second show, The Dropkick Kitchen, which I do with my buddy, New Hampshire resident, Sonny Goodspeed.
Good guy.
But yeah, I'm a really good cook. My dream was never television. My dream still is, to this day, radio. And CNAF go off the air. I don't think there's really a future in radio anymore. At least not rock format radio.
I'm hearing baseball might not be a thing on radio anymore.
Yeah, well, the way the game's been going, man, the cheating scandals and stuff.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, and you got four little baseball guys here, even though you can't tell unless you read his name, but that is the great, splendid splinter, Ted Williams.
Yeah, that's
a national treasure and hero.
Hey, probably,
right?
I mean, it's hard to debate. I'd say he's probably the greatest Red Sox of all time.
I'd say he's the greatest Red Sox of all time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't win a championship, but you know.
Even when he wasn't with the Red Sox, the stuff he did in the military, puts him ahead of almost anybody. The guy, seriously, is a national. He's a hero, man. Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, no, I love these bobbleheads. And all right, now sticking with the topic. The name of the show is Let Freedom Ring.
Right.
What do you love most about being an American? If you had to pick one thing.
Freedom of speech.
I think that's,
seriously, freedom of speech. You can say what you want. But now let's look at it a different way, too.
Yep.
Then you got people that will say what they want, say, freedom of speech, but they're like being real condescending and saying negative things about people's families. Or you know what I mean? What do we call them? Keyboard cowboys, internet tough guys, things like that. I don't like that part. I like the freedom of speech of being able, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. And I think to that point, though, I still think those people should be able to say that.
I have a tough time with that. But I understand what you're saying.
To me, freedom of speech is not just freedom of speech that you like.
Right.
You know, now harassment's different.
Yeah, because I guess that's what I'm talking about, like kind of harassing people and saying that, freedom of speech, I could say what I want. You know, I could call your mother this nasty name. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then hide.
I don't love that. They can say it, but I think you're right, though. Harassment is a totally, you know, we don't really like that, but I think freedom of speech is one of the best things that we have.
I think so.
As being Americans. So, no, I appreciate
I definitely think freedom of speech is mine.
Yeah, I got a few, but I think that's definitely one of them.
Well, what would you like? Seriously, throw another couple out there. I think a lot of
the freedoms that we have. I mean, we have opportunities here that people don't have in most. And not most. I'm sorry. There's other countries that have very similar things. But I would say freedom of speech is up there. But I don't know. I've just always been happy to be where I am.
Right, me too.
In the United States, and very proud of that. So
you are definitely a proud American, and the name of your show really is fitting for you. Honestly, it is. It's perfect.
You know, there's no doubt about that.
You're a proud American. Proud resident of New Hampshire, too.
Yes.
And you let everybody know it, which I think is great.
That is very true. There's nothing more proud I am than being an American and from New Hampshire. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, so we'll go on to the next part of the show, which is current events. Now, Leo,
I know what you're going to ask.
It's big in the news right now.
Huge.
The coronavirus.
Isn't it the biggest piece of news right now going in the world?
I don't think there's a bigger story going on.
There shouldn't be.
I've quit drinking Corona beer altogether.
Right.
Just in case.
Right.
But are you concerned about this in any way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, to be able to come over, like from another country, people come over here and they've been sick.
Yep.
You know, I don't really know everything about it.
Yep.
I usually leave that up to my fiance at home. She takes care of all that. When I have questions, I ask her. No, but you know what I mean? Is it true that they're saying that a lot of these viruses can come from the food that people eat over in China, like the bats I seen some woman eat? And I don't know, so I'm asking you. I really don't know.
I wouldn't ever suggest eating a bat.
Right.
Definitely not. I know they had a bat problem right over here at J. Muse in Merrimack.
Really?
Recently, and that was a big deal. The bats going on there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm worried just yet.
Right.
Being in the United States, but obviously when you're getting, what was it, the Center of Disease Control saying, it's likely to spread in the United States, that is definitely cause for concern.
Right.
I know in Japan they shut down schools altogether, from what I'm understanding.
Well, what I saw, what I heard on the radio the other day, I listened to the Hillman in the morning on my drive to work.
Okay.
Greg Hillman's on 93.7 now.
Yeah, I am.
The only one to survive from AAF.
Yeah.
Right? The only one.
Yeah.
Him and Danielle. But I guess there was a video he was talking about that showed how aggressive this virus is.
Yeah.
And he said, and I didn't see the video, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But he sounded very, very scared about this. And he said it was very serious, that if this does come to this country, it's not going to be good.
Have you ever seen the Stand by Stephen King? It was a book, but it was also a miniseries.
Yeah, I saw the book.
Every time I see something, I'm like, oh, The Stand is happening. Oh, here we go. It's coming to us. Yeah, I think you're right, though. We should be concerned. Obviously, we'll have to see where this all goes.
Yeah. It's a serious issue, though, for sure. You can't, you know what I mean? I just hope the people in charge are doing the right things for the whole country about this. You know what I mean? And staying on top of it.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, that President Trump put Mike Pence in charge of this. I don't know if that's the best thing.
Right.
There's no way. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is definitely a cause for concern.
Right.
I won't be too concerned about it just yet.
Right.
Because you got to live your life every day.
True.
But yeah, no. Okay,
one more thing. And I work at a German factory for a job, like at my shoot job. I'm a custodian at an elementary school.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I do see how flus can attack kids. Believe me, there's one day there'll be 3 kids at school. By that Thursday or Friday, 20 kids are out of school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen it.
I mean, I don't know what the death toll has been in China, but it was pretty significant. Now, China's population, a lot different than ours.
Yes.
But to not be concerned at all, everybody's got to be a little bit concerned.
I'm definitely concerned.
But good point to that. All right, sticking on current events.
Yep.
This was in the news. Recently, a teacher in Arlington, Texas, was suspended for showing a picture of her and her fiance. Now, her fiance happened to be another woman.
Yep.
Pretty standard across the board.
Yeah.
Gay marriage is legal.
Right.
However, she was suspended by the school district for this.
No way. She shouldn't have been.
I agree.
I don't think she should have been. I mean, if it was, as long as it wasn't in sexual graft.
Not in any way.
Do you know what I mean? or anything similar to that. If it's just a nice family photo, you know, holding hands, you're on a vacation, you're in your living, you know what I mean? You're at a wedding. As long as it's like not in an in poor taste picture, she should have been able to show anyone that.
I read the article. Now there's more to the story.
Okay.
We're not quite to the finish, and I read it and I said, where is Texas at right now?
Yeah.
That's not even a I mean, where we live in New Hampshire, I don't think there's. I mean, I don't know anybody that's bothered by that, and nor should they.
No.
So, to further the story, she filed a lawsuit against the school district.
Good for her.
Now, how do you feel? Now, the suspension looks like it's going to be removed.
Yeah.
She's also getting $100,000 in the lawsuit.
Good for her.
I'd have to agree.
I think they made the wrong decision, and it cost that city or state $100,000, and she's entitled to it.
Yeah, I honestly, I read that article.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, are we really still talking about this stuff?
Yeah.
Because I just don't think it has a place. I don't understand it.
Right. Me either.
You know, generally everybody that I know, no doubt on their political views,
right,
don't care.
Yeah, no
doubt.
And
nor should they.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to think gay marriage, gay people has hit almost every family in the world.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I'm not saying your immediate family, but your cousin, you have a cousin, maybe an uncle or an aunt. You know what I mean? A niece or a nephew. It's touched my family.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, it's touched almost every family that I've ever been in contact with, to be honest with you. Almost everyone.
And the reason I wanted to cover this was more that it's more shocking to see a school district act like that now than if you were to look even 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Texas, do better.
Yeah,
do better.
Definitely.
But yeah, that brings us on to pop culture.
All right.
Our next part of the show. Now, our good friend Jared Dueling.
Yeah, I know Jared.
Is that how we say Jared's last
Jared
name?
Dueling.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Jared.
That's all right. You got it.
Because on this show, we are going to throw questions to Facebook each week, staying on our topics.
Nice. Jared's a great guy. Son William.
Yeah, they're
hosts all the shows.
And a little thing about me and Leo. Leo obviously runs the Ring and All Other Sports. Mostly focused on independent wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm also a huge independent wrestling fan.
Yes.
Jared, we see at almost every show.
Yeah, the shows that we go to.
He's for the culture.
Yes, he's definitely for the culture.
So he asked, the Friends reunion. Leo, did you watch the Friends reunion? I'm sorry. He said the Friends are going to have a reunion.
Okay, will I watch it?
Will you watch it? Did you watch Friends?
I did watch Friends, not on a regular basis like some fans did. You know what I mean? But when it was on, even when it was first running in syndication, I had watched it when it was on when I was home. I was home.
Yeah.
If I wasn't home and then it got on syndication, yeah, I watched it. It's one of the funniest shows of all time. My youngest daughter, Sarah, watches it all the time because her mom likes it, her aunt likes it. I don't know if I'll watch the show when they do it right then and there.
Yeah.
If I'm home, I probably will, because I enjoy the show, and I love all the people that did the show, all the actresses and actors, and I just would love to see Matthew Perry get his life together. So maybe a reunion might help him.
Is Matthew Perry not looking too good?
No, he's not looking.
Is he?
Too good
I mean, what? I mean,
he's been bad for quite a while.
Because I thought at one point he got his life together.
He's supposedly getting his life together now, and I hope he has, because honestly. He was a talented actor. He was very funny on that show. And I don't want to see anybody go down that road. No,
definitely not. I mean, growing up, I probably, to be honest, had more of a crush on Courtney Cox than Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, not me. It was Jennifer Aniston.
For whatever reason,
She was excited
Monica.
to see me on every episode, if you haven't noticed. I watched the show. She was excited to see me.
She mentioned a Leo.
Oh, no, she didn't have to mention a Leo. She mentioned it every episode. You don't know what I'm talking about?
And Jared, I apologize. I wasn't the biggest Friends fan, but I was also, by the time I think when the show came out, I was 10 years old.
Right.
And I remember my dad being all excited. He bought the Rembrandts album.
Okay, yeah.
With the song, that one hit wonder that they were. But I honestly.
Yeah, their only hit.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Made them millions of dollars, though.
They probably never had to work again.
They probably haven't.
But I wasn't as into the show because I was 10.
Right.
That
makes sense.
I was watching wrestling and Nickelodeon probably at the time. I have gone back and watched it on Nick at Night.
Yep.
But as I would say that I had the crush on Courtney Cox,
She was hot too,
I
though.
do remember the Bruce Springsteen video where he pulled her on stage and stuff, and I think that's how I kind of probably had.
Probably. But still, she was very attractive too. So,
what?
I mean, it's not like she wasn't.
What?
You know?
Now, when? So Rachel said Leo most show like what?
No, I don't think you want to. She was very excited every episode.
Oh yes, okay.
That's all. You know, I was
thought
joking around saying that it was me, but you know.
See, you had me thinking that I just missed something on the show.
Yeah, no. If you pay now, I think you'll be paying attention to the show a little differently.
Yeah.
You know, but she was. But Jennifer Aniston is beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
still to this day, she's like 51 years old.
Yeah, her.
She's gorgeous.
Well, it's the same thing when you look at
Courtney Cox is beautiful too.
Well, look at Jennifer Lopez just shared a picture of you know, people, 50 years old, they're staying. People are. I mean, obviously, if you're a celebrity,
Right.
you probably have the resources that we don't have to stay fit and all these things.
But they always don't end up looking good. Look at Mickey Rourke.
Well, I'm
Right?
sure
You know what I
I'm sure
mean?
the booze and drugs didn't help.
No, that definitely didn't help.
What did you think of the halftime show? Did you find that offensive at all?
No, not at all. I
I
find
didn't
it
either.
offensive. You know, I thought it was good. It was, both singers are very good. They're both attractive, so of course I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, Shakira, she's beautiful too.
I
it was, and they were good. It's not, you know me. That's not my style of music,
No.
but I enjoyed the show.
I didn't understand what people were offended about.
It's too much.
Everybody's
Less clothes, you know what I mean? Just people just want to complain about things. You know?
I think-
Honestly, don't you feel that way? Like America's gotten to that point.
I think that
Seriously?
is one of the biggest problems that we have right now is cancel culture,
Yep.
where everybody wants to be upset about something, and there's something that's changed in this country a little bit, where social media has really come into it, and people can go right to that and express their opinions, which I think is actually great. But then you also have the fallbacks of what that does,
Right.
And everything is offensive and everything is bought. That was okay. So in 2004,
Yep.
Patriots Panthers Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Janet Jackson,
Yep.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
Now you want to get offended by,
That was a stunt. Right. They meant to do that.
and that was a big deal.
Right.
In fact, I believe that was who is the FCC? Is that who I'm
Yeah,
with?
yep.
Howard Stern ended up leaving regular radio after that.
Right, going to
He's like, I'm going to go to
Sirius.
satellite where
Yep.
Sirius and say whatever it is that he wanted to say.
And get his $20 million a year too.
Oh, I'm sure he got ridiculous money for that.
Yeah, might have even been more than that.
His show might have even
Yeah.
might have got better.
Oh, I think the show is great. I mean, people can say what they want about it, but I mean, it's a show.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, don't watch it.
I agree.
I mean, it's really that simple. Like if there's a podcast I don't like to listen to,
Don't listen to it.
I don't listen to it.
Yep.
When people say to me, "Oh, did you hit?" I don't like that podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, how could you not? It's not for me. It's for you.
Yeah. Well, and I think that we're in a weird place in society where, entertainment is entertainment.
Yes.
But you have a lot of people that just want to shut something down, and they don't necessarily want it to be, I don't like it, I gotta get you to not like it.
Right.
And I gotta get you to not
Yep.
like it. And we gotta shut it down, and it can't happen.
Yeah.
We go back to the freedom of speech. It goes both, it does go both ways.
Goes both ways.
And you do get these people that want to cancel things.
But like you were saying, how we were just talking about how like the world has changed.
Yeah.
One of the biggest differences that I've personally seen in this world change is there are no consequence for children anymore.
Oh, in school?
There's in anything. There's
Yeah.
in school, at home. There's no consequences. These
Yeah.
kids are getting more disrespectful. I work in an elementary school.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
no.
they're not all like that.
Yeah.
But by the time the 5th grade comes, half of those kids, maybe not disrespectful every day, but they have disrespectful tendencies that you see weekly.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I as someone who used to work in education, I don't anymore. It's hard for me to grasp the difference.
Yeah.
Because when I started working in schools, I was 24 years old.
Right.
Do I really remember exactly what kids were doing when I? So,
Right.
my run in education, I just didn't want to do it anymore, and I don't know the difference. I couldn't tell you the difference. I couldn't tell you what kids were like in the 70s, 80s, 90s. I could, you know, it's
I can tell you when I went to school that my father gave permission to people to smack me if I deserved it.
Yeah.
Not saying that everyone did.
Yeah.
But there was a principal at the Malloy School, James Sullivan. I mean, at the Moody School.
Yeah.
Had no problem. Mr. Leo Parent spanked my bum on the stairs at the Malloy School when I was in the first grade.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had fear of my parents. I had fear of my principal because of what could happen if I choose to act this way. These kids nowadays act a certain, they do stuff, there is no consequences. You can't spank your kid's bum anymore. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Not that I had 3 kids. I think I've spanked my kids twice in my whole life out of the 3 of them. Okay?
Yeah.
I won't say which ones they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when I was a kid, I got spanked. I never once said, oh, my dad abused me. Well, I got caught stealing. Of course he slapped me. I deserved it.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's another thing we get into a tricky situation about.
Yeah.
Because there's legitimate abuse out there.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to know what's right. I mean, and you are, so maybe you have a different perspective.
Well, like I said, I haven't had to spank. If you do a good enough job, you really don't have to.
Yeah.
But if your kid does something really wrong, man, they need to know it's wrong. They're not gonna know it's really wrong by going, all right, give me that iPad for an hour.
Yeah.
That's not going to teach him to do that. He's gonna go play with something else.
It's got to be a tough balance.
It's hard because I see things in stores, and I do see parents that might smack the kid or grab their kid harder. I mind my business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I certainly wouldn't mind my business if somebody was smashing a kid in the store.
And there's got to be a healthy balance of that.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, you know. I mean, I'm not a psychologist.
Right.
And I think a lot
Neither am I.
You know, I think a lot of times that the spanking or hitting your kids has not been effective and it hasn't helped. I just don't think it's easy to be a kid.
No, it's not. It's not easy to be a kid.
I mean,
it's not.
I can say that, not a part of my life I want. When you become an adult and you get out, you're like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough because kids don't really they don't get to make their own choices about everything.
All you can do when you have children is hope they grow up to be good quality human beings. That's what you want, honestly. And I've been pretty blessed. So.
Yeah, no. It seems that way. Your kids all see. I've met 2 of them.
Yeah.
I met your daughters. They've both been wonderful people. So.
And then you haven't met my twin yet, but you'll meet him someday. Someday you'll meet him.
Sticking on now, we kind of went off a little
I'm
thing.
sorry,
and that's
it just
what,
was something that I just felt,
And essentially, on this show, we're going to have an agenda, but we don't have to stick to that. We can talk about other things. We want to talk. We want to have real conversations, real opinions, and I appreciate that, Leo. I thought that was great. On pop culture, I've recently, I'm a big horror movie fan.
Oh, I love it. I love this.
I've seen all the Halloweens. Love Halloween. I've seen all the Jasons. Pretty much. I'm missing a few that I need to go back and watch. I've seen all the Freddys.
Yeah.
Except for the last one, I refused. Freddy's dead. I read that, you put Roseanne Barr and her ex-husband Tom Arnold in the movie. I'll maybe watch that eventually.
I didn't even know that they were in that movie.
However, so I am a big fan of the horror movies, especially the franchise ones.
Yes.
I watched Hellraiser for the first time. And Leo, I honestly can't decide. I watched the movie. I sat there, and in my typical watching movies, I pack a thing of sunflower seeds, maybe have a beer. I don't know how I felt about that movie. I can't tell if I liked it. Can't tell if I hated it. I just walked away like, what?
So are you thrilled to see another one though? Like,
I think I want to rewatch this one. Okay. I do actually want to rewatch this because I want to really know. I think the story, and I don't know much about the Hellraisers. I know that they don't use the name Pinhead in that first one, and he comes really at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
From a movie from 1987.
Sorry if you haven't seen it. I actually thought the story was good, but obviously the special effects were a little bit of its time.
Yeah.
What did you think when you first saw that movie? Because
I just thought it was like, wow, where'd they come up with this character? Like, guy like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've seen, like you said, you mentioned all the other movies.
Yeah.
And one's got a mask, one's got disfigured face.
Yeah.
It just was very weird.
And the whole thing trying to bring the guy that back to life. She's bringing the guys for him to murder. I guess I gotta watch it again.
And I said it to you off air.
Yeah.
It had to be doing something and have a big fan base because they're up to 10.
Is it 10 movies?
10. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there has to have a fan base.
Now I understand, and I don't remember his name, but I don't think his name was ever supposed to be Pinhead. I don't think the original guy wanted that. I don't think he wanted him to have a special name. What is your favorite out of the Halloweens? The Nightmare on Elm Streets, the Jason movies?
I like the Friday the 13th one's the best, just because you had to be sleeping and dreaming to get this guy to come into you.
You mean Nightmare?
Nightmare. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what I mean? You had to have a nightmare.
Yeah.
To have this guy enter. It just, I don't know. I've never been a huge horror guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you say to me to put all my movies in order, which one to watch, it might be at the end, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I do enjoy the Freddy movies.
I love the Freddy movies. I think my favorite Dream Warriors, the third one. Yeah. Because you had the first one, with Freddy, and the second one where it kind of went off topic, and there's a lot to that movie. A message to that movie that you have to go back and. But the third one, it's like they brought it back to what you really wanted out of that. But my favorites will always be Halloween. I love the Halloween.
They're good.
Movies.
It's a real quick fact though. My grandson Jisiah.
Yeah.
Favorite genre? Horror movies.
Really?
His mother had him watching horror movies when he was like really little. Whether it's right or wrong.
Man. Yeah. Right?
Whether it's right or wrong, the kid never had nightmares about them. But that's his favorite type of movie.
He'd always have a plot to get away.
He loves Michael Myers.
But Myers is my favorite.
Michael Myers.
Quick story: the last Halloween that came out that Danny McBride created, which I actually really enjoyed. Now
I'm a huge Danny McBride fan.
Kenny
all his other
Powers
stuff. Yeah. I love his new stuff too that he's doing right now. The Gemstones.
Okay, so I haven't seen that. Have you seen Vice Principals?
Oh yeah, with Walton Goggins.
Oh my God.
Walter Goggins is one of my favorite actors too. I love that guy. For
Danny McBride to be this, in my opinion, comic genius, to do horror, on top of that, that's what's his Peele or Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele,
he's good too.
Now he's making great horror movies. He's a great comedian.
He's a genius. That guy. That guy's he's a comedic genius. He's been under wraps for years.
Wow.
He's finally, I'd say the last 8 years, man. He's come out and everybody knows who he is.
What's the first one he did? And now I'm blanking. But This Is Us was really good.
Yeah.
In the first. I can't. The guy sinks. I can't remember.
No, I hear you.
Name it, but wow, talk about comedic geniuses that can make horror movies. But to this story, I went to Cinemagic to watch the new Halloween last year or whatever, which I was really excited about. And there was a guy dressed as Michael Myers, and he had to have been about 6 feet tall.
Right.
And I went up to him and said, and I went to, I'll go to the movies by myself. I don't care. I took a selfie with him. I said, "Oh, come over here." There was a girl in that theater terrified of him. And we're not talking about a teenager. We're talking about a girl that's probably about 23.
Wow.
Refused to leave the theater until she knew he was in his car. And I'm sitting there going like, all right.
Yeah, this is a little ridiculous.
And the kick to it was the guy was there with his mom and dad.
Right.
And she's arguing with the boyfriend, and I'm just sitting there going like, "Is this real life?
Right.
Like, come on, he's not a serial killer. He doesn't,
Right.
But anyways,
he sat through the whole movie. If he was a serial killer, he would have got up during the movie and killed people.
He could have easily got you when you weren't paying attention.
Exactly.
But and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I love all the Halloween movies.
Yeah. You do like going. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to movies alone. Seriously.
No.
There really isn't.
I mean, to me,
I know a lot of people that go to the movies alone. Seriously.
To me, I mean, as a single 35-year-old man, I don't need anybody to go to the movies with. I can just go.
Exactly.
And if I want to see something, I see it. And to be honest, I don't know when movies really became you need someone to go
Right.
with.
Yeah. No, I don't understand that either.
I watch movies by myself all the time.
Our good friend Damon goes to movies all the time.
Oh, Damon, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He'll go before.
Yeah.
That guy will have more sugar in him. Like
Before he gets to the
every
wrestling
post,
show.
you know, he's got 2 candies and a
Yeah.
large Coke, and I go,
Sometimes popcorn.
yeah, okay, this is
Sometimes.
But yeah. All right, so that's our pop culture for the day.
Nice.
Sports.
All right.
We got some time. We got plenty of time. Astros, cheaters.
Yep.
Leo.
100%. And I
do you think?
I totally believe that when Altuve came running down after he hit that home run off of Chapman and he was saying, "Don't rip my shirt,"
Yep.
it's because he had something on underneath it. I 110% believe that.
It looks sketchy.
Why would you yell, "Don't take my shirt off"?
His excuse was worse.
What?
My wife.
My wife. Yeah, that's baloney.
You play for the Houston Astros.
and you're the breadwinner in your house, and you're worried about your wife.
They can
your
make you a
teammates.
jersey. They can make it. The guy who the emergency goalie the other night. They had him a jersey made like that.
Exactly.
You're telling me the Astros don't have?
Of course they do.
He's full of it.
There was some inside they were at home.
Yeah.
There was some inside the concession stands there where they were selling them.
There was no way that he couldn't get another jersey.
Exactly.
He probably has dozens of them as it is.
Yep. And he knew exactly what was coming.
I gotta say, the more I think about it, stealing signs has always been a thing in baseball.
Yep.
To the elaborate ways that they went to do it,
Yeah.
they're scumbags.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the people that say the guy that ratted him out was a former Astro player.
Yeah,
And he came out and told the truth.
Yeah, Poppy called him a snitch, which
Yeah.
all right. I that's how it is. But they're scumbags.
Yep.
They cheated.
Yeah. And it came over to our team in a
Yeah.
way because we ended up with the one that came up with the idea.
Alex Cora, yeah.
The one that came up with the stealing the signs idea that they use.
I hope nothing comes back on the Red Sox. I am pretty nervous about it.
We did win a World Series.
But that team was stacked.
I understand that, but we did. But
know.
that's what you're really worried about, right?
Yeah.
If we didn't win a World Series, what would
No
you
one
really
cared.
be worried
No one
about?
cared.
Exactly.
But now
Exactly.
to have a World Series possibly tainted here in Boston, which of all the crap that we've dealt with through the Patriots,
Yeah.
whether it's been self-inflicted by them or not,
Right.
I still think Deflategate's a crock.
Oh, it is because they had it out for Brady and
Yeah.
the Patriots. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that that commissioner in that league has it out for them.
He does. He
There's
does.
no doubt about it.
Well, I think it goes back to Spygate.
Yeah.
But I also
Yeah.
think that, for me personally, it's all about the owners in the NFL.
Yeah.
If Kraft really doesn't want Goodell to do something, Goodell might not do it. I mean, but the Patriots, obviously, I think the Cowboys make the most money.
Yeah, probably.
But the Patriots are right up there.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to say, for a Boston sports fan, we don't want another scandal.
No.
We're done with scandals.
We don't want scandals.
We're
But
done.
can I back to the real quick with the Deflategate? Real
Yes.
quick. Just last thing I'll say about it is
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers came out and said
He overinflated.
that he had footballs, air put in footballs because he's got larger hands and he needed more air in it. And nobody ever said a word about that.
No one cared.
Ever. And he came right out and said it happened.
Yeah.
But nobody cared. There wasn't a back fine. And I'm not saying I wanted Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
No.
Rodgers was just telling the truth that why didn't anybody care when I did it? It's
No.
not right.
I agree. I do think, for my couple years playing football and flag football, it is easier to catch an underinflated ball.
Oh, I believe that.
An overinflated ball would be tougher, but the fact, you're right. Rodgers saying this, no investigation,
Right.
nothing, wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. And don't you want, if your league has like the passing abilities, wouldn't you want the guy throwing the ball to be able to throw the best ball he possibly
Whatever he
could?
wants, yeah. No, I agree.
You know what I mean? That's all.
It's a tough thing.
If it would have been the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we would have never even heard about it.
Never
That's
would
a
have been a
fact.
story. Yep.
That's just a fact.
I totally agree. But yeah, I mean, I am in agreement. The Astros, and as they're getting thrown at,
And I like that team too. I did. They're good. They were fun to watch.
Yeah.
They were a fun baseball team to watch.
And they still. It's going to be a weird year for them, but I also
Can't wait
think,
to see them face the pitcher for the first time.
Yeah.
They don't know what's coming now.
Well, they're getting hit in spring training left and right.
Are they already? Really? I did not know that. I haven't been following it.
Fact check me on this. It might be 7 times that players have been hit by the Astros. It might be a little less. I think it's 7.
Well, they better get used to it because it's going to happen.
It's coming.
All year.
It's coming
going to
at
happen
them.
all year.
Next, have you been watching the XFL at all?
No, a little bit. I see some. I've been reading
Okay.
a little and stuff, but not really. No, I
Yeah.
shouldn't say I haven't been following it. But I'm glad to see it being successful. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I really am.
I've been following the Defenders. I mean,
Yeah.
I've actually watched pretty much every game.
Good.
Because
That's good. I'm glad you are then. Do you know
More
what I mean?
football is best for me.
Right.
Is what I like. I am going to go to the Defenders next week.
Nice.
And see them play. Bobby, my brother, big fan of the Battlehawks. We're lifelong fans of these teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go down to DC to see our buddy Tim, and
Nice.
but I would suggest giving it a try.
Right.
Is it better than college? Is it better than the NFL? I don't think so.
Right.
But it is football, and,
Yeah.
and to be honest, the only thing that got me excited about either the NBA or the NHL in the last couple of days
Yeah.
was Celtics Lakers on Sunday.
Right. That was a good game. I thought we were going to win, but it was a good game.
I did think that. Brings me to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Sad. Sad. You don't want to see
know.
anybody die. But I will say this, and I'm probably going to get crucified. Maybe you'll go viral on this. I don't know, to be honest with you. The way the world, you would think it was the Pope that died,
Yeah.
or you would think it was the guy that came up with the cure for this or that. It's the same guy that had sex with a teenage girl who in turn said that she was sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
I'm just, again, very sad that he died.
Yeah.
Anyone that dies. But the way the world is looking at this, not one person is saying, what about this girl? What about that girl? How do you think she feels? I bet you she's sad too.
Well, that's true and not true.
Okay.
There were a lot of people that came out
Okay.
and said something. Now, Kobe's accusations go back to 2003.
Right.
Now, I'm a firm believer in if I wasn't there, I'm not going to speak on
Right.
it. They went to court. Now, Kobe did end up paying out.
Yes, he
but
did.
there was
A civil suit.
things on both sides that made you go, I don't know
Right.
what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I think, yeah, I'm not going to take a stance on that. That's why, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I've known victims.
Yep.
And I've known people that have falsely been accused.
Right, right.
So we have to be able to look at things in a gray area
Yeah.
sometimes, and I think we have a hard time doing that. So I don't know. I'm not saying Kobe was definitely not an angel.
Right. And I'm not saying he's 100% guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't understand how the world
Well,
didn't. They only seemed, in my eyes, I'm just saying, I only saw them look at it in one way.
Yeah.
Like he was an angel sent
Well,
from heaven.
I don't think that's what the tributes were about. Kobe meant a lot to the game of basketball.
He sure did.
I mean, you transitioned the league. It went from Jordan, and then it went to Kobe.
Yep.
So a lot of people around my age, I was in 7th grade when Jordan first retired.
Right.
I was a Scottie Pippen guy.
Yeah.
Still am. Kobe was the next guy.
Yeah.
He meant a lot to the game.
And I still feel bad for him that he passed away.
Well,
I'm not saying
well, I
that
think
at all.
the-
I do feel sorry for him and his family and
Yeah.
everyone's family.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just don't understand why I didn't see more of that. I just seen more people that didn't think he was forgiven 100% for that.
Well, there's definitely two sides
Yeah.
to that. Me though, I also look Kobe Bryant as a guy who got drafted by the league when he was 17 years old.
Yep.
We watched him grow up. That guy in 2003. Now I don't know if Kobe. I'm not going to take a stance on that.
When did he come into the league? 97?
Was it
Or
96?
was it before that? 96. Okay.
Played to
Was he
what?
7th pick of the draft?
I have to look it up.
I'm pretty sure it was the 7th
He was
pick of the
drafted by
draft.
the Hornets and he ended up on
Yeah.
the Lakers. Now,
Yeah.
I'm in no way a Lakers fan. I hate the
Right.
Lakers. But, a tweet that resonated with me was someone said, as Boston fans, we didn't think Kobe Bryant could break our hearts one more time.
Right.
And he did. And to be honest, I really enjoyed watching him play.
Me too.
As far as stuff in 2003, people had a long time to bring that up.
Yeah.
They had a long time to say Kobe Bryant's this scumbag. What I didn't like was on social media is the day he dies with his daughter
Right.
and other people. That was the time that they picked that spot.
See,
to
I
bring
didn't
it back.
see any of that.
Oh, I
Okay,
saw
so
things. I
that's
saw
right.
articles that made me go.
I'm not on Twitter that often either.
And I just
and I
said,
stopped buying newspapers.
yeah. Well, I don't
did.
blame you. I wouldn't buy a newspaper
Right.
now. But I said to myself, I go, the guy just died. Let people be sad.
Right.
You want to talk about the retrospect of his life later? Fine. You had a long time.
Very long time.
To be upset about that. To be like, well, how can you be sad about this man dying? He was this. Go to hell.
Right. No,
honestly,
like I said, I believe that you should be sad that, that he passed away. But like then I saw all these tributes on TV during the middle of the day. Kobe Bryant didn't cure cancer.
No, but it tells you one thing. Sports means a lot to people.
To a lot of people. And it means a lot to me.
You know,
it does.
Yeah, it was sad. It was
shocking.
Kobe Bryant, when he played the Celtics, when he was winning championships, I was not but I respected the player.
Me too.
And that was very shocking.
Right.
Very shocking.
I'm sure you respected Jeter the same way you respected
I would
because
say,
he played the game.
I mean, I would say I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm a Derek Jeter fan.
Me too.
I am.
Me too. Not an A-Rod fan.
No, A-Rod, yeah, he shot himself in the foot.
He sure did.
But I've been to Cooperstown many times.
Right.
I would love to go this summer. My brother's getting married because I would like to see Jeter go in.
Right. He deserved it.
Oh, without a question.
He should have been in the unanimously too. The one person that didn't vote him out of spite, you can't tell me it was for anything other than spite.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been. Who knows?
No, am I wrong? I mean, the guy's automatic.
I think a lot of players should have been unanimous.
No,
over
you're right
the years.
about that. Shouldn't have just been Mariano Rivera, but he did deserve it too.
I mean, he was lights out. Lights out.
Incredible.
And again, another player growing up, can't stand him.
Yeah.
But you respect those players, and that's what Kobe Bryant did.
When they played the game right, and Kobe played the game right, there's no doubt about it. When he was on that court, nobody played the game more right than he did. He was a great player.
He had the killer instinct that, as I'm a LeBron James fan, LeBron James doesn't have.
Right.
Kobe Bryant was a gamer.
He knew when he could take over a game.
Yeah.
And he would take it right over.
I'm going to bring up this next one, but I want to just answer Dave Fournier's question. You're the hockey guy. Bruins trade for Dan Heinen?
We traded Daniel Heinen for Nick Ritchie.
Okay, what did you think of that?
Well, Heinen has not played well at all this year.
Yeah.
He played decent last year. A lot of Bruins fans have been very, very down on him for a long time.
Yeah.
So what we got in replace for him, I don't know, man. Nick Ritchie's all right. You know, I think he'll be a better match on this team than Heinen. Heinen's a little soft. So I think it's a decent trade, but we didn't go out and get guys that automatically I could say, oh, we'll definitely be in the Stanley Cup Finals now. I think we will be anyways. We're the best team in hockey right now, by far. Bruins are the #1 team in hockey.
Now, Leo is going to be my hockey resource. I don't dislike hockey. It's just not my
favorite. Boring.
I like the playoffs. I do like the playoffs, and I am always going to be a Bruins guy.
Yeah.
But when hockey questions come up,
maybe we'll
have to phone you in on certain episodes.
FaceTime.
Yeah, we could do that.
I love hockey. You know that. It's my favorite sport.
Now, I don't want this one to take up too much time because we do have another segment.
Okay.
Brady.
He should retire.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could say. I'd say just, if you're going to play this game like this, right, honestly, I would have liked to have seen him retire at the age of 40. We probably we'd have one less Super Bowl. You know what I mean? The reason why we lost Jimmy Garoppolo was because Tom Brady he said he wanted to play till he was 45.
Well,
Tom Brady should probably, like most quarterbacks at this age, right off into the sunset. Now, who knows what happens? So let's say he signs with us for $30 million. Well, that means he's got nobody to throw to again. Yeah. Because he's going to have the same exact pretty much team, if not worse, than he had this year.
How do you feel about him in another jersey, though?
I don't think I would like that. I think he's going to shoot himself in the foot. If he goes to another team, he will not win a Super Bowl.
No, he will not.
He will not. He probably won't even have a winning record and won't even make the playoffs. And that will, right then and there, will give all his naysayers, see, I told you.
What about the Titans?
I told you he wasn't as good.
What about the Titans, though? You don't think he could get to the playoffs with
If I were the Titans, I wouldn't go for Brady. I have Marcus Mariota. I have the team I want right now. That kid's a good quarterback.
But he didn't do anything for I mean, they had to go to Tannehill to get to where they got.
True.
You know.
I don't know, man.
As personally as someone that's
You think Brady's going to play for them for 18 million, 15 million? Is he going to take less money?
Honestly, I think he stays with New England.
I do too.
I think there's a lot of media hype right now.
Yeah.
Of course. It's a sensitive subject. I don't really want to see Tom Brady in another uniform.
I don't want to see him in another uniform. Yeah. I don't want to see him in a Patriots uniform only because I just think he would have been better off to retire. If he's there, obviously I'm going to cheer him. I'm going to love him. But they've already, right off the bat, before he's not even back yet. But if he comes back, we already lost one receiver. I know people can say what they want, but they let go of Philip Dorsett, who had moments.
Why not just sign him and draft a quarterback?
Exactly.
You know? And I hope Brian Fury's watching this because he is the most anti-Tom Brady guy.
I didn't know that.
Oh my! Every time he's got to go. I'm sure he was a fan, but he is
Fury. I
totally
didn't know that.
Decided that Tom Brady needs to be gone.
Wow. What's he hanging around with? Max Kellerman?
I don't know.
What's that do? Rob Parker?
I mean, it could be. I hope they're not. You
should tell them right now. You should tell them right now. Rob Parker.
Rob Parker's a joke.
Max Kellerman. You're both jokes. Eventually, if you say it enough times, you'll get it right. But so far, even though the Patriots didn't make it to the Super Bowl this year, you're still wrong. He still hasn't fallen off a cliff for the 8th year in a row.
Well, if you say stuff enough times, maybe you'll be right.
Yeah, should give me a job, ESPN, because they're absolute jokes. They're morons.
I agree. They are.
Should hire me.
Leo Connors is available if you need him. All right. A couple more. We got some time here. Politics. My buddy Chris Lynn that I played rugby with asks, what do you think of Bernie Sanders?
All right. You're probably not going to like my answer.
Well, I will probably. My thing with that is, as long as people dislike him for the reasons they should, I'm fine with.
Okay, I'm not a politic expert. You know that, right?
Yep.
I never talk politics.
I'm not saying that I'm like diehard either way. Right.
I never talk politics to anyone but Maria. Maria, all right, I'll tell her.
Leo's take.
I'll tell you. It's going to be 4 more years.
I think it might be, yeah.
Bernie Sanders scares me because I tell Maria this all the time. Whether it's right or wrong or anything like that. I feel with Trump as the president, people are afraid.
Okay.
This is just this is 100% my belief.
No, that's the whole point.
I believe people are afraid to attack us because he's crazy. They feel he'll have no problem going right back at him. I feel if Hillary Clinton would have won, we would have already been attacked. I think if Bernie Sanders becomes president, watch out because who's afraid of Bernie Sanders?
Well, I will say this. As someone that obviously, I lean left. I would say I'm more in the middle. Trump did win on Iran. In the end, he did. I mean, he played them, and they backed down.
Right.
And they looked, I think you're right. That crazy mentality of his can sometimes. I don't know if we'd be attacked if there was a change in president.
I don't know. I just feel that, and again, I love women, and I have nothing against her. I'm just saying this particular woman, because of what she let go on inside that White House while she was in there with her husband.
Yeah.
Okay? No one's afraid of her. No one.
Hillary's a weird. I'm not a Hillary supporter. I didn't. When it came to the general election, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think Bernie has a lot of good things.
I think each one has good things.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean? I think each candidate will always have 1 or 2 things that most of the world will go, yeah, I could get behind that.
I give Bernie credit for being consistent through his whole life.
Right.
He hasn't really changed on anything.
Okay.
I think some of his policies or ideas that he has, it'd be very tough to get through Congress.
Right.
But I don't like the rhetoric that Trump has presented himself over the years.
Yeah.
Do I find him entertaining?
At times,
he's entertaining. He's entertaining. Bernie, we'll see what happens.
Right.
I think the showdown that needs to happen, though, is the showdown that we didn't get in 2016 because of the DNC, and their treatment of Bernie Sanders.
Right.
It does need to be. I mean, now we're talking about guys in their late, mid to late 70s. But I think it's going to divide the country more.
Right.
But I think Trump versus Bernie is the election that the country needs.
I think so too, and I think if Bernie really wants to win, he has to get a strong person with him.
And
I don't think he's gonna win just with like a no-name you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna bring this guy because I know him, but the country doesn't.
Yeah.
He needs.
You mean not a Tim Kaine who Hillary picked that we all said what?
What? Who was this guy? Exactly. Exactly. I really do believe if he's gonna win, he needs a strong person with him.
Now he hasn't won the nomination yet, so we don't know.
I think he will win the nomination. I do. I think
he's cruising right now.
Yeah.
I stopped watching the debates.
Right.
Because I think the debates have become just entertainment.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this many debates for a primary. I'm sorry.
Right.
These networks are, I was talking to my buddy Dave at work, and he's saying these networks are cashing in on these debates. So the debates get very silly after a while, and there's only so much
point the finger at
you
each
can
other.
do. You know what? One more segment on this. What do you think of the divide in the country overall?
Well, I mean, the country's been divided for a while, though.
I'd say since the start.
Yeah, I mean, like you can look back in each era. You know what I mean? Like in each decade, even, and go, well, they were divided over this, and they were divided over that. And,
I mean, look at Adams and Jefferson.
Yeah,
they died on the same day, 50 years after the Declaration was signed.
Right,
and they were barely talking. They weren't really talking to each other at that point. So I think you are right. Do you think that social media has had an impact on dividing us more? Do you think
I guess because it's there, people will say it is, but I don't think it. I think if there was no social media, we'd still be in this particular position.
I think you're right. I think you're right to that degree. I think a lot of times, though, you see things on social media and it gives you an automatic emotional response. Yeah. On the right, on the left, it doesn't matter.
Right.
People read it and they go, "You," and they got to, and that's why I troll it. On the other side, I think Damon is a troll.
Right.
I think that's what he tries to do with his Trump stuff.
His posts are funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with
I have
them.
a friend, John McGrade, that is so anti-Trump that I just he gets so mad, I feel like he's going to have a heart attack in his house just to what he wrote. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to have a heart attack over there. Yeah. He lives by himself now. John, slow down, man. Please, I need you around. You're a great guy.
I mean, I think it does have an effect, and when people do talk about Russia making these Russian bots, I think they do go into threads to stir it up more. It's not illegal. It's kind of brilliant on their behalf to try to mess with us. I think the divide is, you're right. I think it's always existed.
Yeah, and you're right too, because you felt the same way.
But the funny thing is, people get so wrapped up now. If you were, I find a lot of people on the right and the left, if it's someone they don't know, they'd be like, I hate that person. But if their buddy's a conservative or their buddy's a liberal, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's really funny how that works. Yeah. Well, you don't know that individual. That could just be a friend that you don't know yet.
Right.
You're just talking politics. And
that's what I stay away from. If you don't see me on social media. I post my shows, sports, some pop culture maybe, and music.
Yeah.
I stay away from any other type of conversations because, like you said, one guy reads something and next thing you know, you got 20 people coming down on you. And all you did was say your opinion on something that everybody else has the same opinion on. Or...
I agree.
Or a opinion on the subject.
And it is very interesting. It is what it is.
Yep.
I find it all entertaining.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think the showdown is going to be Bernie and Trump, and
too.
Hopefully everybody can keep their stuff together.
Yeah.
It's going to bring us to
the best man win.
Exactly. Bring us to a last section of the day. I call blank versus blank.
Okay.
I'm going to throw either two words at you to compare, or two people, or something in general. Tell me why you like that one better.
Okay.
Which one you pick and which one you like better. LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan. LeBron to me is he's Sidney Crosby with a basketball and sneakers on. That's what he is. He's you touch him, he flops to the ground like he was shot with a gun. I don't see the toughness that Jordan had, who had to go through the hoop. And the game is a lot different now. Even though LeBron might have started his career in a different league too.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more physical when LeBron first started. He's been around, what, 16 years?
Since I graduated high school,
Right?
17.
Yeah. So, I mean, he played in the league when it was a little different.
All right.
But yeah, am I wrong though? Have you not seen LeBron get hit?
I think-
And then they show the replays where he barely got touched, and they're carrying him off the court.
I think LeBron's a better athlete.
Yep.
I think Jordan was a better winner.
Yeah.
And Jordan and Kobe had that killer instinct that LeBron lacks.
Like you had said that earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm a Jordan guy.
All right. All right. So we're getting a little short on time.
You do another one if you want. I'll keep it brief.
I'm trying to get them
I'll
all.
keep it brief.
Hogan or Flair?
Flair.
Flair?
Yeah.
Woo!
Just Hogan
Nature
had
boy.
only so many moves, even though Flair did all the same matches and stuff. You can say what you want. Flair would travel from place to place,
True.
heel, face, and kill it every time.
80s or 90s?
80s.
80s.
No. 80s were horrible. I grew up in the 80s too.
Okay.
I was 15 in 1980.
Yeah.
90s were better.
I
just, especially and I hate saying it because I love hair bands, but the grunge music was better.
Nashua or Lowell?
Lowell. Because I was born and raised there.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I love Nashua. I love New Hampshire. But I'm like you. You know what I mean? I'm from Lowell. I'm proud to be from Lowell.
Lowell's a good place. I'm
know.
proud to be from Nashua now in Merrimack. But
I do love Nashua and New Hampshire. But Lowell, if I had to pick, if you asked me South Boston or Lowell, that would have been a lot tougher.
And Sonny Goodspeed or Derek Dukes?
Sonny Goodspeed. Derek, man, you know, I loved you. I supported you. I backed you. Every time somebody said something negative about you, and then you go out there and pull out a video and lie and say you're having a wrestling match and then cut your forehead
Not good.
and pretend like you had a wrestling match and then block me on Facebook.
Not
Dude.
good.
Sonny Goodspeed over Derek Dukes
Sonny's a good man.
all day long.
Leo, I appreciate it.
Dan, thank
Thanks
you for
for
having
coming
me
on.
on, man. I know this is going to be a huge success.
Can't wait. Let freedom ring. We'll see you next week.